Okay, so today we're going to talk about equations with variables on both sides of the equal sign. It's really the same thing we did yesterday. We're just going to throw in some variables. We had variables yesterday, but the only thing we had doubles on was the numbers. So let's look. You have some notes up top that'll tell you how to do it, but we are just going to go through the process so that you understand what we're doing. Okay, the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to box and circle just like before. So I'm going to box everything with a variable. And then I'm going to circle everything that doesn't have one. And don't forget your line. You notice in this case I have two boxes and one circle, whereas yesterday we had two circles and one box. So that's really the only difference between yesterday and today. We are still doing the same thing. We need all the boxes on one side and all the circles on one side. Since we have a box over here by itself, we're going to move this box from this side to this side. Remember, opposite side, opposite sign. So since that's a positive 3x, we're going to subtract 3x. And that is going to leave me with negative 9 on this side equals 3x on this side. It's that simple. The rest of it is what we know to do. We're going to divide by 3. That is going to leave me with x equals negative 3, because negative 9 divided by 3 is negative 3. Use your calculator every time. Okay, let's look at the next one. We are going to box in all the variables and circle the numbers. Don't forget your line. This time, all of our boxes are on the left side. So we're going to move this 4r over to that side. And we're going to do that by subtracting because it's a positive. So minus 4r. And then we're going to say 8 minus 4 is 4r equals, over here it leaves me with negative 16. And then I'm going to divide by 4, and that's going to leave me r equals negative 4. So it's the same thing we did yesterday, just with boxes instead of circles. Okay, now we're going to look at some that are a little bit different. It's the same process, we just have to move a little bit more. Okay, we're going to box and circle just like before. Okay, we got our boxes, we got our circles, and we're going to draw our line. Now, we have a box and a circle on both sides. So this time, we are going to move the boxes and we're going to move the circles to either side so that we only have one box and one circle on each side. I like to move things to the left. It doesn't really matter which way you move them, but we're going to move it to the left. I'm going to move this negative 2. And remember, we said opposite side, opposite sign. This is a negative 2, so I'm going to have to add 2a to both sides. That's going to leave me 2a on this side. Minus 7, we can't forget to bring down our negative 7, equals 5, because we got rid of the box on that side. Now I'm going to box and circle again. And I'm going to move this circle from here to here. That way we have all the circles on one side. To do that, I'm going to have to add 7, because that is a negative 7. That's going to leave me with 2a equals 14, because 5 plus 7 is 14. Then I'm going to divide by 2. That gets rid of that 2. And I'm going to say a equals 7, because 14 divided by 2 is 7. Okay? Last one. Let's look at this last one together. I'm going to box this number because it has a variable with it. Circle this one. And I'm going to draw my line. Now, I told you before, I like to go to the left. Whichever way you want to go is fine. I'm going to move this 3b from the right to the left. It's a positive, so I'm going to subtract. Okay? Negative 4 minus 3 is going to be negative 7b minus 5 equals 9, because we got rid of this 3b. We're going to box and circle again. And then we're going to move this negative 5 to this side. So I'm moving negative by adding. plus 5 to both sides. That leaves me with negative 7b on this side because the 5's go away, and it equals 14. In order to get rid of a negative from a variable, we have to divide by a negative. Because if you put it in the calculator, negative 7 divided by negative 7 comes out to be 1. So I have to divide both sides by negative 7. And that is going to leave me with b equals negative 2. If I put 14 divided by negative 7 into the calculator, it comes out to negative 2. I know this moves a little fast, but since it is a recording, you can back up, go forward, pause. You can also come into tutoring and ask me questions. So if you have any questions, please come see me.